This guy gets $40 million a year to play quarterback. Okay, because he played good for 5-7 games. Okay, gets 40. They kicked the good guy off the team for it.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
Then team revolves around him, doesn't have success. Is it his fault? Is it anybody else's fault? Who knows?
Yeah.
Then he gets benched. Then he's playing scout team safety. In like a 1-day period. Then he gives one of the greatest speeches I've ever seen to fans from a player. Legitimately. You could tell he took real time on that.
Yeah.
The words were phenomenal, I think. Took a lot of accountability, took a lot of ownership. Here's Daniel Jones, who has now been released from the New York Football Giants, addressing the New York Giants fans just yesterday.
All right, wrote something down just to make sure I say it the right way. Let's see. The opportunity to play for the New York Giants was truly a dream come true, and I'm extremely grateful to the Mara and Tisch families for the chance to play here. The Giants are truly a first-class organization, and I have nothing but genuine respect and appreciation for the people who have built it and who helped carry on that tradition. I've met so many special people and created relationships that will truly last a lifetime. Thank you to all my teammates, coaches, and staff that have done so much for me these past 6 years. There have been some great times, but of course, we all wish there had been more of those. I take full responsibility for my part in not bringing more wins. No one wanted to win more games worse than me, and I gave everything I had on the field and in my preparation. Of course, this season has been disappointing for all, and of course, I wish I could have done more. I'm 100% accountable for my part. I did not play well enough consistently enough to help the team get the results.
Really
the reality of the NFL is it's hard to win games and requires consistent performance from everyone involved. We didn't do that well enough, so the idea to change something happens, and I understand. I love the game. I love being part of a team. I'm excited for the next opportunity and know that there's a lot of good football in front of me, and I'm excited about that. To all the fans, I have deep respect and appreciation for your passion and love for the Giants. The fans are a huge part of what makes playing for the Giants so special.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I think that was a phenomenal message. Legitimately. He buried himself in the middle of that thing, so you can tell that he's looked in the mirror and had some hard convos, which I think we all hope for from our professional athletes, our leaders. Daniel Jones, it's not him to blame that he was getting paid $40 million a year. It's obviously not him to blame that the entire organization isn't performing well, but I like the fact that he did take the blame. That's true leadership. I also like the fact that he said his football career will continue somewhere else. We've seen a lot of second births, third births from the quarterback position. Will he be one of those guys? TBD, obviously, but I have massive respect for the way he handled it. And now he is officially released from the Giants because he asked for his release after playing scout team safety for a day yesterday.
Yeah, I would assume when he put those thoughts down on paper, he knew that he was going to ask for his release. But it's crazy how quick things can happen. Like, especially in football, we know it's not guaranteed contracts and everything, but he got plenty of guaranteed money. But the fact that you go from starting, okay, you're playing scout team, you're the fourth team quarterback, and then you're asking for your release and you're gone. So now he can clear waivers. Another team can sign him, right?
Yes.
This season.
Yes, he can clear. I assume he will clear waivers because if he doesn't clear waivers, don't you pick up the contract? Right?
Yeah, he'll clear waivers.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
So I think he's going to clear waivers. Then he'll have the opportunity to kind of choose where he wants to go.
Yep.
And I assume there's going to be teams
There's
that
a
would
lot of
love
teams that will want to sign him.
to have Daniel Jones. I mean, Carson Wentz is the current backup for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about a tale that is pretty eerily similar in this particular facet, or you talk about it, it's like the Chiefs have Carson Wentz. I assume there's going to be a team that's going to want Daniel Jones. What are the teams that are floating around out there, Tone? What are the teams that are floating around for maybe Daniel Jones to be backup quarterback?
Well, I mean, if you think off the top of your head, like teams that right now, not even like a backup, like is Daniel Jones better than Cooper Rush right now? Could he play for the Cowboys for the rest of the season? Could he play for the Raiders for the rest of the season? But we were actually talking this morning, and I'll let Ty take this one because he's got a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually going to happen in terms of the waiver process. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to clear, but when I heard this, all I could think is it's going to happen. I'm going to see Dan Jones donning a Niners jersey on Sunday at Lambeau, and with Shanahan, with the way he we know the kind of athlete he is. I think there's a chance he's wearing Niner red on Sunday and he slays the Packers. I really believe that.
Okay, so let's talk about that because as you know, Tone, you were rolling through it about being a starter. I thought back to Brock Purdy is in the middle of something. Got hurt last week, and then I believe it came out that the MRI had a lot better result than they thought. He's going to come to practice, and then they'll see how it goes. But both Allen and the Pastronaut already incapable to go. If Hasby, it's like feels like this Brock Purdy thing was very real, and then this most recent one release of news. How do we feel? This is a massive question.
You're 5-5. The Niners are 5-5, and Brock Purdy didn't practice on Thursday, I believe. Did he miss practice?
Yeah, and they said he will be back today, though, and we'll see how it goes, which is that gamesmanship.
What is it? Do we know what it is?
Shoulder.
Man, see, that would scare me to death. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm the Niners, especially in that NFC West, 6-4, 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. That's what the NFC West is. They are very, very, very much parity driven in the NFC West right now. The Niners, we thought were going to be the team that was going to go on and do it all, just like because that is what the Niners are. But now, last year we had to deal with Debo and Trent Williams getting hurt in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Now here we are. They're not in as good of a spot. And Brock Purdy has a shoulder. That's not great news for the Niners. If you're a Niners fan, which I have become because I love the way they play football. They're dogs out there. At least they used to be. Now they don't have as much moxie and energy. Now, towards the end of the year, do they turn it up? We shall see. Do they play better football? But it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on over there with Brock Purdy. Connor, what is the conversation around Brock Purdy? This is problematic in my eyes, but is it gamesmanship? What do we think this is?
Yeah, I'm not sure because they also had the quarterback Thursday press conference get moved to today, so it does seem very real. Not only Brock, I believe Trent Williams and Bosa also missed the Thursday practice too. So when you're talking about the most important players on that team, those are legitimately the top three. I, for one, am worried just because, the Dan Jones thing, but more so if Brandon Allen does come in, you got no tape on him. Shanahan might tell him hey, I'll tell you in your ear right now when and where to throw the damn football. Just listen to me. I'll take you home. But going to Lambeau, this is terrible, terrible news for the 49ers. And I'm shitting bricks if I'm a Niners fan. You didn't have Kittle last week. He is back this week. He said you get a chance to play the Packers. You are playing. But, you mentioned injuries. This year, too, Brandon Ayuk, that loss was major after paying him, and he finally got going. And then, he gets, hurt for the year. And then, of course, the Debo Samuel Table Peppa kind of sideline, interaction. That caused a little, tussle on the sideline. Just the vibes from the Niners. We're so used to the
What's the name?
Table Peppa, kind of like Cayenne Pepper, but just Table. But just think about the vibes that the Niners had. You mentioned the way they play, but just like the moxie that they have every time they take the field. It doesn't feel like they have that, same flair, if you will, that they've had in recent years. And if Trent Williams and Bosa are out, of course, having Purdy is huge, and at least you can rely on Shanahan.